There's 5 reasons why you may not be losing weight when you're fasting. Now, I want to clarify what this video is about. I'm not talking about intermittent fasting. I'm talking about just fasting for a longer period of time. But since we're on the topic of intermittent fasting, if you're doing intermittent fasting and keto and you're not losing weight, usually it's because you're doing too many carbs. Okay, I've done a lot of videos on this. You just have to really lower your carbs, sometimes down to 10 grams per day or less. It could also be that you're just not fasting long enough. Your metabolism is slow, and you're fasting, let's say 16 hours or 18 hours. You may need to do longer. Or you're just consuming too much fat, and your body's turning the dietary fat into ketones, not your own fat into ketones. So these are the 3 things to pay attention to. But what this video is about is, let's say you're fasting for a longer period of time, 2 days, 3 days, and you're not losing weight. Why? How can that be? Well, there's a couple reasons for this. Being in practice for 29 years, I've ran into certain individuals that fasted for quite a period of time with hardly any weight loss. And I'm just going to tell you what we found with those people. They usually always had an extremely slow metabolism. So let's say at birth, you just were overweight. Sometimes kids have an infection and then they are given steroids or medication or antibiotics that then mess up their metabolism early on. And then their parents might put them on diets after diet after diet. That slows down the metabolism. That could be one reason. So number 1. Number 2, constipation. If you're constipated, you could be walking around with 5 to 7 extra pounds of waste in your body, and that could act as a barrier for you to lose weight. Number 3, stress. Stress activates the hormone cortisol. Cortisol breaks down your own muscle protein, turns into sugar, and that sugar will raise insulin, and that will keep you from losing weight. So this is a biggie right here. And this also includes having an infection. So if you're fasting and you have this severe infection, you may not lose weight. Why? Because of the high levels of cortisol. Even though if you have an infection, fasting is a necessary thing because that will help your immune system. Number 4, not sleeping. This will also increase cortisol, add more stress, and it will mess up your blood sugars. So this will definitely keep you from losing weight. Also water retention for various reasons. So that could be another reason why you're not losing weight. There's a couple things that I'm going to recommend. You want to always be taking nutrients, electrolytes, B vitamins, trace minerals, vitamin D, all very important. Why? You need to improve insulin resistance. You have to take nutrients that help insulin resistance, which is behind this thing right here. That's going to speed things up. This one right here, real example, I worked with this lady who did fasting for almost 3 days and barely lost anything. Now, she had constipation. And what was happening was the liver was just all jammed up and things were not flowing that well. When you take purified bile salts on an empty stomach, of course you're fasting, so it's going to be on an empty stomach, you can just take 3 times a day. It tends to open up the ducts, the bile ducts, the pancreatic ducts, the ducts through the liver, and allows drainage. Not to mention bile itself helps burn fat. That's what we recommended to this person, and then things started to become relieved with this. Finally, they started losing weight. And I'm just pointing this out because it was quite amazing going from no weight loss to a really good weight loss. The next thing is do things to increase sleep. I'll put a link down below of what I'm going to recommend to help sleep, but also decrease stress. So we want to increase sleep, decrease stress. If you're stressed out, you're not sleeping, it's going to severely affect your ability to lose weight while you're fasting. And last thing, you just have to give it more time, especially if you have a slow metabolism. All right, go ahead and try those things and comment down below. Before you go, if you have a question about a product, or you're new to keto and you want to know how to begin keto, or you're on keto and you need a debug because it's not going as smooth, I have a keto consultant standing by to help you. this is just for the people in the US. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to answer everyone's call. But I put the number down below so you can call and get some help.